players leapfrogging one another. You saw that Wesley started with 2 losses, he was totally in the basement, and then he turned it around, and he's a co-leader. With the players so bunched up and the games coming so quickly, that leaderboard can change literally in a single round.
That's right. No clear leader, and I really think it's anyone's game today. But what's your prediction, Yasser?
Garry.
Really, I mean, Garry played just such amazing chess yesterday, but I think it's actually unfair to say he had 3 night blunders. He actually blundered 4 nights. The fourth was to Nakamura because of the touch move incident. Yeah. Nakamura decided not to call it,
right,
and he ended up drawing that game.
Right. Just think about that. 2 Wesley So's victories in this tournament were against Garry, and both of those victories came from night blunders that Garry was winning. Simply give those 2 games to Garry, and he's our tournament.
So it's only half a point that he would have saved versus Nakamura, where he would have gotten 2 full points from Wesley. So exactly. I agree with you that, and it is very hard looking at the way that Garry played chess yesterday. Just so beautiful, the concepts, the aggressive moves and sacrifices that he made under time pressure, just really incredible.
Yeah, the mixture of his ability to play strategically, his ability to play tactically, to defend, to aggress and attack. And these guys that he's pushing around, let's not forget that all 3 are in the top 10, and Fabiano Caruana is number 2, and he's in last place.
And here's Wesley So looking very casual. He got the memo, do not wear long sleeves, especially not a jacket. He learned quick.
Well, yeah, he has a lot of respect for Yasser, so I'm quite sure that he caught wind of what Yas was saying. You know, speaking of intensity, Garry Kasparov, I saw him at our Kingside Diner earlier today, and it looked like he was about to checkmate the eggs.
Really?
Because he was just so intense, it looked like he was already playing a chess game. He was actually like sitting there with his head in his hands, like I guess maybe going over some of his opening preparation in his head, blindfold, but it was really incredible, and I can imagine that it would be scary for players that aren't of this caliber to sit across the table from him.
Without question, and just imagine that he's been retired for 11 years, and all of that intensity and energy that he brought to the game at his peak, he was formidable. And to sit across the board from him, you felt his intensity. And there we have the U.S. champion, Fabiano Caruana, who, by the way, was playing S-chess yesterday, and Buckhouse as well. I was playing a little Buckhouse with Fabi. We were having a lot of fun. He was relaxing.
I will say that Nakamura looks like he really has come to play today. Yesterday, he seemed to treat the event kind of casually, no big deal. But I think now his attitude has shifted. You see him sitting at the board before anyone else, the way he was walking around. I think he understands that this is an important event for him. He wants to prove that he is the best blitz player in the United States for sure. Clearly, he's number 2 in the world in the live rankings right now behind Magnus Carlsen. I think, though, that everyone loved this. The Twitterverse was crazy with talk about blitz chess, how great it was, how much action. Everyone, there were something like 108,000 unique viewers watching this match from yesterday, watching the action, which just goes to show that this is just thrilling stuff, and more of these kind of events should happen in the future because the fans want it.
I totally agree
with you more. Absolutely. Sorry, Jen.
I mean, this is a time to show your girlfriend, your husband, who doesn't play chess, to try to get them excited and see what it's all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As you see the fans streaming in now, it is a Friday, and some kids in the audience should be in school.
I'm in school.
Day off. Excuse me. I want to come watch this stuff. So clearly, the players have enthralled everyone, and we just expect more of this fun stuff. This is just unbelievable chess.
The best thing is the best show in town. I was watching some of the Twitter comments, and one was like, thank God for chess, because we get to see this. Now, by the way, in reference to your point about Nakamura, I don't believe him for a second when he says that he doesn't take this seriously. I think that's absolutely absurd. He wants to win this so bad. Absolutely. As soon as he found out that it was very unlikely that he would win the U.S. championship, he had this title on his mind. Nakamura, you can't believe every word he says in an interview.
Well, but if he was dead serious, totally serious, he would not have let Garry off the hook yesterday. Yesterday's flub by Garry when Garry let go of the piece. If Naka was so bent on winning this event at all costs, you know, if Magnus Carlsen had let go, he would have said, "Excuse me, you let go. That's it."
I think
So
he thinks
I
he's
think
going
he had
anyway.
a different attitude about it, and you know, now I think though he's settled in and he wants to win this now, and it's a great position for him. He did not play well yesterday. Clearly, by his standards, what we've seen, he did not play great. And guess what? He's tied for first. What happens if he brings his A game today?
Well,
I think he'll run away with it.
What if he and Garry bring their A game? Then we're going to see some absolutely brilliant defense by Nakamura, some quick play, and of course, just sizzling openings and conceptions. But that's what Nakamura, I think, has that. You also see in Caruana just incredible defensive skills in blitz.
Absolutely, no question about it, Jen. Well, all of these players are just, what can I say, the best of the best. And Garry, like you say, is analyzing, getting prepared, and Maurice and I will recall, of course, when Garry takes off his watch, he came in, which he has done earlier, he came to play, and when he put the watch on, it meant the game was over, and there we have to, they're off.
And it looks like he's playing a modern.
Perk defense. Wow, Garry, and it's a transposed to a King's Indian after this move C4.
Strange that Wesley didn't go for some other lines.
And it hasn't.
Bishop
It's
G4 by
G4.
Garry, taking the position to original lines. This move, not the common move.
This
So
was a
different.
favorite opening. I used to play favorite defense. I would play in this position knight c6. And my idea, of course, is to capture this knight on f3, followed by capturing the pawn on d4. And if they played the move d5, to do the same thing, to capture this knight and then to occupy the square d4. And knight d2.
That's an unusual move, absolutely, in this position.
Right out of the opening, we're getting something very, very different. Now, everybody and his brother plays e5 in this position with the idea that after d5, you drop back with a knight to d7 and you transpose into a King's Indian, where this knight on d2 is utterly misplaced. We'll see if that happens that way.
Of course, the bishop on g4 is not a happy camper. It doesn't want to trade itself off normally in the King's Indian. So you see there, after it was attacked, Garry dropped it back to d7. That's the bishop you want to retain in the King's Indian. But at some point, it looks like he's going to get an f5. Can he get it in without, well, it doesn't look as though he can get it in without developing his knight just yet. He might be able to play h6 and go for it. It would be nice gaining the tempo if he could play this move f5 without having to bring the knight out castle and then move the knight again and then get it. So that pawn, f7, f5 is the move that Garry's going to be looking for. And c5 already.
Whoa.
C5.
C5.
With the idea that if you take, we can play knight c4, start ganging up in that e-pawn.
Love that move. Trying to throw Garry off right away in the opening, and Garry realizes that he gave me the pawn.
He's doing what I would, and play f6. Just throw down the challenge.
And we
You're
have
the one who
d6.
sacrificed the pawn. Let's see how it goes.
So now if we play d6, you just put you can just go knight
c8. Knight c8
I
looks
think you'd
fine.
rather go knight c8 because if you go knight c6, we can take on c7 and play knight d6 check anyway.
No,
I didn't think that strong, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
the
that
knight
strong
on
because after
C6,
king e7, your knight will have to leave.
and the knight will come back. So
Why not
Wesley,
b7 though?
I think Wesley's just going to play
B7
bishop
maybe.
e3 and slow play it.
Yeah.
Like as a pawn sacrifice.
Right, and then we have b6 in the cards anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So
But hold on a second. In this position, b5 is an idea. He has played d6 and knight drop back to c8. So we're seeing this critical line. d6, knight drop back, and now the move bishop to e3. That is an interesting variation. The point being that the knight on g8 cannot get in the game, and white is threatening a pawn on c5. The question is, what if b5 right now? He's played b6, being very solid. b5 didn't lead anywhere, but this move b6 after castles, white is way ahead in development. Black has to figure out how to unravel his pieces.
Well, it's very simple, Maurice. You just play knight h6 in such positions. You bring your knight to f7, and you quickly, and I mean quickly, get your king out of the center. And again, these pieces on the king side, white's pieces, the bishop on e3, bishop on e2, knight on f3, are not major actors in this type of structure where black is blockading with his pawns on e5 and c5. Personally, it's easier to play Wesley's position, actually like black's extra pawn.
And Garry's played the move bishop to c6,
Very
attacking
cagey.
the pawn.
I like that move too, attacking the pawn on e4, as well as now threatening the pawn on d6 3 times.
That's right, and stopping any kind of little ideas like queen d5 that we might have in the position.
Right.
So now
The Indians are giving takes on c7
Yeah.
right now. After all, that pawn is hanging, and he has to take and capture back by Garry. And now move b4. Wesley insisting
Whoa.
on playing incredibly sharp chess on every move, and Garry shaking his head because Wesley will not let him develop any pieces without aggression on the board.
That's
And
right.
now he just can't develop his knight because c5 is hanging, but if he takes on b4, then a rook will go to c1, and that is his plan. Wesley, on every move, it looks like Wesley's intends on opening up the game, playing gambit chess, and forcing Kasparov to think, and Kasparov boldly just taking the pawn anyway.
That's right, well-
The capture did in fact occur, and now rook to c1. That he did not play knight e7 just yet. That move has not been played just yet.
So what kind of
But
sacri-
what is Wesley's plan?
What can
Simple.
we-
Keep that king in the center. That was why I wanted to go knight h6 and f7. Wesley is not.
This is Ben. We met online.
Kim's the internet sales manager.
They call me the matchmaker.
I was searching for the perfect.
That was why I wanted to go knight h6 and f7. Wesley is not letting Garry breathe. Every single move, he's throwing down a new challenge, a new sacrifice. Wesley's idea is to play queen b3.
and he's done that.
And knight e7 queen b3 is on the board, so you don't want to castle right now because of a horrific discovery by that knight. His
Exactly.
queen on the long diagonal, preventing the king from castling. How will he get out of the center?
That is.
And the Indians, by the way, are giving a huge edge to white right now, saying that
Wow.
white is crushing black by a full piece, according to the Indians, because the black king is stuck in the middle of the board. h6, that's
What?
not making any progress
H6.
in this position.
Well,
h6,
how do we build up the position as white? We could just
Just
play rook to d1,
Rook
or
to d1. I like that.
just play rook d1, and at some point, you gotta be careful about it, so removing the knight from c4 and sticking a bishop on b5.
that is absolutely right. This position is huge for white. Full compensation for 2 pawns down. 2 pawns down.
And rook
Next play,
d1
move
was
rook d1.
played.
But the question is, I'm trying to get into Garry's head. What was he thinking about with this move h6? He can't be thinking about playing f5, opening up the position to
Oh,
the
no,
better
it'll be
army.
death.
No. So what was?
Well, he's played b5 here.
b5 now on the board. The Indians give that as
Can we play
totally lost.
Knight takes
Knight
e5
takes
and
e5.
bishop e5.
Bishop beef. What is this about?
Wow.
More sacrifices. The Indians,
Every
the
single-
Indians gave knight a5 is completely crushing, but this is bad as well. This is also bad. That c6
Bishop
bishop.
running bishop c6 and queen a6 check.
What about just queen e6 right now as
Exactly.
well? Everything is bad for him. He just played rook to b8, forcing the trade. It looks like queen e6 won't work right now, but there's got to be a death blow.
Well, you can take on c6 and then play queen e6
He's
also.
played
But you just play
bishop
bishop a4,
A4.
renewing the threat.
Wesley's playing incredible chess.
Oh,
That was
yes.
the Indians' first
Unbelievable check by
First-
Wesley.
choice so far. Gorgeous attacking game
And he did it
in
in seconds.
blitz. It's just astonishing the way he's completely dismantling Kasparov in this game. He is playing just sacrificial chess. He's playing the style of Tao. You're looking at this right now. Beautiful.
Fantastic game so far.
This is
And Garry
awesome.
missed. I think Garry missed b4 because you could see as soon as the move b4 happened, he was already like, "Whoa, I wasn't expecting that."
It's queen b7. He played
It
queen
looks
to
like-
b7 is
oh,
on the
queen to
board.
b7.
Queen b7.
Oh my
not
goodness.
rook b7.
Rook c6
Rook
is
c6 and queen
crushing.
e6 check.
Rook
Yeah.
c6 is just, if he finds that, this is
I
the
just
other
like
game,
it.
which is not nearly as exciting
He's
as
gonna
this one.
find rook c6.
Will
queen
he find
e6
it?
check.
Rook c6, and bam! There it is.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wesley
Wesley
So.
So
Playing one of the greatest
man.
blitz games I've ever
And now he's
witnessed.
played bishop c5, and he's just threatening bishop takes c6.
This is like
I mean, bishop takes 6.
Morphe
This is
versus the
unbelievable.
Duke of
This is
the-
unbelievable chess.
This is one of
and
the greatest.
Garry knows it now. He's completely busted. What an amazing display by Wesley.
Wow.
And now taking on e7 and resigns. What have we seen here? I mean, kudos to Wesley. So he just ripped Garry apart in that game. You can look at this game from just studying.
No fucking door foam. Fuck you, turf.